Pep Talk UK, Pro Beez, South Side once again, and I got lost.
You're here now, man. You're here.
Delighted to be joined by Joshua Buatsi. How you doing, bruv?
I'm not bad, man. I'm not bad. Things are easing off, innit? So
we reckon.
That's what we think. Do you know what I'm saying? But like you said, everything could like just switch up in a minute. So we're here now. I just finished training now. So yeah, man, I'm here.
Yeah. How's the beast of Joshua Buatsi been during quarantine?
I can't complain, man. It's been good. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's been bad, it's been this, it's been that. Fortunately for me, it's been alright. Do you know what I mean? It's been the same. Just not as much contact with people as I usually like, but it's been alright. It's been good. And as always, man, you got to think of other people who have suffered from it. So I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Yeah, sorry about that. The bus gonna go.
That's alright, man. You know what? It's good to hear that noise again, man.
For real, it's been ages, man. But like we're allowed in gyms now, so I've just finished a session now. I'm here all week, so it's good, man.
Yeah, how frustrating has it been as a fighter, not being able to spar, interact with other fighters, you know, your trainers, etc., for a very, very long time? Yeah,
for me specifically, because I was meant to box November the 2nd, then I was ill, so I didn't do that. Coming into this year, so remember that was a camp. I did a camp for about 6 weeks. And then I was literally unwell, so we cancelled that one. Then March 28th arrived. I did a camp for 11 weeks from January. That got scrapped off, and then, you know, we went into lockdown, and then we're here again. Again, just ticking over as usual. You have to staying in the gym, staying positive, staying active. That helps me, man. So if a date arises, I'll be ready.
Yeah, it must be quite frustrating because, you know, I've seen you from the beginning of your professional career. You've been quite active, you know. Anytime there's a card, you're on it.
Yeah.
Bosh, you know what I mean? Ready to get out there. And for the first time in your career, it's like, wow, injury setbacks, you know what I mean? Reschedulements. How's it been mentally for you?
Stay positive, man. Always stay positive. It could be worse, man. I could have had like a career-threatening injury, period. I could have taken a loss, period. So always stay positive. And for me, it's that simple. Stay positive, always. So, like I said, man, we're in the gym now. We prepare, and if a date comes, we take it.
You know, it's quite interesting. It's like you're a cool guy, but when you get in that ring, it's like it's a different person, man. You know what I mean? Alter ego, man, like Venom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It has to be. Boxing is a game of it's pride. We're all prideful men. Do you know what I mean? So when we get in there, outside the ring, we're cool, everything. But when we get in there, it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna show you I'm the guy, I'm the man. And when that bell goes, everyone's watching. You know what it's like, man. You've been at fights, you've been ringside when everyone's watching, when all eyes are on you. Remember, there's only one ring, so everyone's looking in that ring at that moment. And you're thinking, cool, all eyes are on me. It's time to step up, and it's time to do what you have to do. So I think everyone's like that, man. So it is what it is.
You mentioned ringside, you mentioned the fight night, Sweet Caroline, with the fans going crazy. Hey, this is going to be a new norm now to fight in an empty arena or wherever.
Yeah.
Wow, how are you going to tackle that?
Same old, man, same mentality. I think there's going to be someone across the ring who's going to try and take my head off. So it's always, I got to make sure I get to him before he gets to me. Same mentality, nothing changes. Yeah, there won't be an audience. But I think in the amateurs, I've boxed in empty arenas before. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and take that experience into this one. But it's always going to be the same. Someone's going to come for me, and I have to make sure I get to him before he gets to me.
You mentioned amateurs. You know, you've had a really good path into the pro game. You know what I mean? You know, you did your bit at the Olympics, had a lot of amateur fights and success. Into the pro game, you've done really well domestically as well. I feel like you've done your bit. And it seems like you're being managed in the right way, man. You know, before you get to that world level where there's quite a few monsters, man, at world level. Bivol, Beterbiev, these guys, man, they mean business up there.
But they mean business, and they're all monsters, they're beasts and everything. But you know what, I always say to people, man, I'm the same. Like, they're beasts, that's cool. When I get in there, I have to show I'm the same. I don't think they're superior to myself. Like, they're world champions and all that at the moment, that's cool. But when I get there, strictly, like, I'm not going to sit there and think, oh, he's a beast and I don't know what I am. I'm fully aware of what I am. There's no doubt in it. I'm aware, like, you get there and it's man on man, one on one, like, the bell rings, and you do what you have to do. So I'm aware, like you said, the career is being managed and guided carefully, making sure I take the fights that I need to take, learn the lessons that I need to learn. So when I get there, it's like, cool, we're here now. Let's handle business. So by no means they're beasts and they're good fighters and everything, but I wouldn't regard myself as a lesser fighter than them. So do you know what I mean? I'm here working on my craft, trying to get the skills that I need. So when I get there, I can say, cool, I've learned what I need to learn. Let's go now. So they're good fighters. I give them that. Like I said, I wouldn't say I'm less of a fighter.
Because you see a lot of fighters, they find it difficult to bridge the gap between British level, European and world level. You know what I mean?
It's a grey area, really. Do you know what I mean? And there's different methods. We've seen fighters go straight from British level to world level. Some have gone to European, then world level. Some have gone at any kinds of level straight to world title level. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm not here to say the right way. I have to do what I think, what myself and my team thinks is right. And hopefully we can sit down and say, do you know what? We took this route, it worked, here we are. Do you know what I mean? So this is life, man. This is life. I'm not here to, watch what next man is doing and talk about that. Let them handle that. I do what I'm doing.
If we take it back just before the quarantine, if you had an opportunity that came up straight away and Canelo didn't fight Kovalev, would you have stepped in? Would you feel ready for that type of test straight?
I think at that time, Yard would have been the guy, because that was the BBO, innit? He would have stepped in, I'm assuming.
Just hypothetically, fantasy thinking.
I think, for me at that time, even a few months ago, remember Beterbiev was going to vacate the IBF, and in the rankings, I was next up to fight. What's the guy from China called?
Oh, Feng Long was
Meng.
Meng. Feng Long Meng.
I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like a discussion was going to happen with my team, but then they're like, actually, Beterbiev decided he's going to take the fight if he has to, or it's going to be back in New York or in America, whichever one. But yeah, I said to my team, I said, this is the score, like, what do you lot think? Are we going to do it?
Okay.
Yeah, so I think as a fighter, or as fighters, if the opportunity comes, I'm like, cool, this is it. I just have to prepare mentally for the training camp that I'm going to have to go through. And when I come out of that, I'll be in that ring, and it's like, okay, let's go.
Because I was listening to, I can't remember who it was, somebody else, and they're like, look, we're fighters, we're ready to go. We're not scared of anybody. It is the management sometimes that wants to guide it a certain way,
Which is important and is needed. In this life, you have to get paid for the thing that you do, the work that you do, man. And I think I'm learning more and more as I go on that everything comes at a price. Even winning comes at a price. It's not financially, well, it is after the victory, but physically what you have to put yourself through mentally, that's the price you have to pay. And then when you get in, you're like, cool, I've done the work, let's go to work now. And you win, you get paid, and life's good. Do you know what I mean? So I think everything comes at a price, man.
Yeah. And I suppose it's that whole Mayweather saying, you know what I mean, get out the game and take less punishment.
It is, and I'm learning that a lot, man. And even I heard a quote, Bernard Hopkins was like, protect yourselves at all times. And he was saying that's not just when the referee says in the ring, it's outside the ring, it's in life, it's before the bell goes, it's after the bell goes. So protect yourselves at all times, man, in whatever situation you're in. And you think you need to protect yourself, do it, man. When it's all said and done, in a few years' time, I'm going to be very irrelevant. It is what it is. Like, someone new's going to come on the scene. A new fighter's going to come. So while I'm here and I've got this period of time, let me do what I can do. Let me maximize as much as I can. So after a few years, when I'm not when I'm not active in terms of being relevant or irrelevant, I can say, cool, I've done my thing. I'm at the side now. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. When I had my time, it was good. That's my mindset. So I'm trying to make sure I do what I can do while I'm relevant now.
Hey, you know where I'm going next. I mean, it's interesting that right before the pandemic, locked us all up. Callum Johnson,
yeah,
excellent fighter. I think
Good
he took my eye in the Biglione fight.
Yeah.
A few years back when he stopped Biglione quite early.
Yeah,
and I think people recognise his power at that time.
100. I think he's a good fighter. I went to watch that fight actually. I met Johnson after the fight, and it was interesting because I was thinking, okay, this will go a few rounds, and out of nowhere, like you said, it was a round job. So he did well. Again, another good fighter, man. We're all good fighters. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say, he's crap, he's rubbish. you won't hear that from me. But like you said, when you're in that ring, it is what it is. You have to do what you have to do. And
that would potentially be the sternest test so far.
Yeah,
Johnson.
If we look at the opponents that I've boxed, definitely, yeah. I've boxed a few guys that I'm like, oh yeah, you got a bit of experience, but if we're talking about someone that's young, active, well not that young, but active, got good power, been at world level, he's confident, then yeah, he would be probably, on paper, definitely would be the toughest test.
Yeah, because I think I watched a bit of the, the E press conference that you had with him, the Matchroom channel, and no trash talking, man, quite respectful, you know what I mean, and I think you guys, you just do your talking in the ring, you know what I mean. Some fighters like to do, have a good build up,
which is also interesting. I'll be real. and the thing is, I realized that because I'm not gonna trash talk and talk rubbish. You might be like, I wonder how this is gonna be. So when I fight, I'm like, I have to maximize it. I have to sell myself now. I have to generate as much interest as I can. So I have to do a lot of talking in that ring because outside you won't really catch me doing that. So inside. I'm like, okay, you didn't talk a lot before this fight. Now you have to do the talking in there. So that's why I think in there it's different because I'm like, okay, cool. Now we can do all the talking we want. But outside it's like we're gonna chat and chat. No one's gonna throw a punch. No one's gonna do this. So I think that's long. So yeah, I get you.
It's like you're a bit similar to AJ. I mean, you guys literally just like, look, I'm not about to talk. I'm about in the ring.
That's when it matters, isn't it?
That's what I've noticed. The similarity between you two guys are like, you know what I mean? Straight in the ring.
Yeah.
No talk.
Some fighters are like that, but like I said, it is interesting when other fighters are trash talking. I'll be real. I'm tuning in. I'm like, yeah, he was given a lot of talk before the fight. Let me see how he performs. So it depends. Some people like it, some people don't.
So I mentioned AJ. What did you make of the picture in Marbella? Fury and AJ face to face.
Right place, right time, innit?
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's good. Big fight, man. I'm looking forward to that whenever it happens.
A lot of people, it seems like that fight itself is kind of divided, the boxing fans, you've got AJ's side and you've got Fury's side.
Yeah.
It's quite a turnaround, isn't it, in terms, because I know Fury years ago, he had his critics, AJ's had to go through the storm as well, and like Fury's now become sort of like the darling of the public now, do you know what I mean? So
he's deserved it, man. Do you know what I mean? He deserved it. And I think while we talk about this year, we can't just talk about it and not think about Dylan, who's been mandatory for how long? Do you know what I mean? I think
1,000 days plus.
It's mad, yeah, it's mad. Do you know what I mean? He's been mandatory, man. That's from the outside. I don't know the inside. So looking from the outside, that's all I can say. That there's a mandatory challenger that's been waiting, and the inside, I know nothing. So that's all I can say about it.
And you've got also obviously you've got White Povetkin in the Garden.
Good fight.
Would you have liked to fight in the Matchroom Square Garden, as Eddie Hearn calls it?
I think the way things are going, if things won't go back to live in terms of being an audience or in an arena, then yeah, why not? It will be different. But like I said, man, there's still going to be an opponent. The bell's going to go. He's going to try and get me. So I'm like, cool. I'll be switched on and I'll get him first. So yeah, wherever it is, I don't think it's going to matter that much.
My guy, man. You know what? We'd like to thank you for giving me directions to South London, man. I got lost, man. Next time, man, I'll make a better job of it, man.
For real, man. Welcome to Croydon, man. This is Croydon. This is where we're at.
Hey, my cousin's from Croydon, man. I should know better. Do you know what I mean?
Big up,
so,
man.
Hey, Joshua Buatsi, look forward to seeing you in the ring real soon.
Respect.
Pep Talk. Keep it locked. Subscribe.
Nice one, bro.
My guy.
Respect, bro. Thank you, yeah?
Cheers, man.